I'm Edwin Ellis. I'm a research scientist partner affiliated with the University of Kansas Center for Research on Learning. And this video is an overview of the differentiated visual tools for strategic instruction and vocabulary software. These are K-12 resources. What you'll find in this program is a series of vocabulary differentiated visual tools, or what we call DVTs. These are designed around some of the core language literacy thinking skills associated with the Common Core standards. For an example, we've designed visuals that really target identifying the central idea and supporting details of vocabulary definitions, making relationship connections like how this term is related to another term, as well as background knowledge connections, making comparisons, asking and answering questions, and drawing inferences. So what we've done is we've taken these core language literacy skills and embedded them into the vocabulary DVTs. And so there are two sets of them. The first set focuses on features of terms, making connections and making comparisons. And the second set really focuses on asking and answering questions about terms, drawing inferences about them, idioms, idiom phrases, as well as word types. So right now we're looking at the home page of the differentiated visual tools for vocabulary. So if I click on Features, Connections, and Comparison, what opens up is a menu that contains a variety of different visuals, all designed for teaching vocabulary in those three areas. For example, all of these under Features focus on identifying the gist of definitions and their critical features. All of these focus on making connections either to background knowledge or to other terms or to the real world. These are all focusing on making comparisons. The way these are organized is simple to more complex. So the ones at the top are going to be more kindergarten oriented or first or second grade. But as you move down through this and move on down to the next level, they get increasingly more sophisticated, till eventually we're dealing with some very sophisticated visuals. And a little bit about the instructional resources that come with each of these DVTs. If you click on PowerPoint, what opens up is a PowerPoint slide of this visual with built-in text boxes. So for an example, you can highlight type here and type in the term you want to use, and then highlight here to type your definition. So to enter the knowledge connection, we can highlight there and add that information. So eventually what you'd wind up with is a PowerPoint slide that looks like this. If you go down and click on PowerPoint Show, the slide opens up, and because the animation in the text boxes is built in, then you can reveal one component at a time as you're working with students. So another instructional resource with each of these visuals, if you click on Interactive PDF, what opens up is a PDF file of the same visual. And again, you can type on these and save them to a folder. What's really cool about the PDF files is you can email these to students or their parents, and students can use tablets or computers in order to input the information themselves and then email it back to you. Returning now to the main menu, let's take a quick peek at the questions, predictions, idioms, and word types. And so this menu page is set up just like the other one. So you have a series of visuals here. Each of these are designed to facilitate the use of question and answer strategies when learning vocabulary. Many of these associated with predicting definitions are used at the beginning of a lesson where students interview each other and try to figure out what the definition of new terms are, and then they'll note them on the visual, and then later they'll go back and check to see if they were correct and revise their definitions as needed. So these various visuals often go into a student's word bank, which might be a notebook that has a series of these that they add to as the terms unfold throughout the curriculum. Another important part of the software is the information about vocabulary instruction. The instructional stratagems is a menu page, and all of these are instructional techniques that teachers can use when they're providing, for example, explicit instruction in the terms. So a lot of these are things that you may already be familiar with, like directed note-taking, but there may be some that might be new to you. For an example, the guided note-taking, pause, pair, share. So if I click on that, what opens up is a brief step-by-step plan for how to implement the guided note-taking when you're doing pause, pair, share. All of these are peer-assisted instructional routines, and we use these when students are working together, either in pairs or in groups of 4, where they're analyzing definitions and noting key information. The interactive lesson planner is really pretty cool, and just to explain what we're looking at here, what we'll do in this section is note terms to review before the lesson. So I might type that term in there. These are new terms that all students should learn. Then over here, there may be a few advanced terms that some of the students will also learn, so we'll list those there. What we're looking at in this section are all the visuals that are in this program. We look at a glance and decide, I want to use the real world connection. So that's the vocabulary visual that I'm going to use either before, during, or after the lesson. I think what I'm going to do is use that as a teacher-assisted pause, pair, share procedure. Basically, the lesson planning is done. So if you'd like to get a free download of the demonstration program for the vocabulary DVTs, you can find that on our website. If you'd like to purchase the actual software, then CDs and immediate download of the software are also available at our website, makessensestrategies.com. For information about multi-user licenses as well as professional development opportunities, send us an email at visualtools@makessensestrategies.com.